your first turn of the day?
Yes, man. I've waited and waited.
Well, good morning, everybody. It is Sunday morning, 5:25. Before I get into this, on my agenda for today, I was on my way to get a little bit of breakfast and and cook, and Stephen called me, and unfortunately he got called into work. So I guess I'll cook solo today. I'm gonna keep. I thought about just not doing it, but nah. I'm gonna go ahead and get the. Let's hope I got enough propane. But I'm gonna go ahead and get the grill out, get everything set up, get everything ready, and I'll just cook me some pancakes and bacon and sausage. But anyway, here at Never Done Projects and Just Us Silly little YouTube channel, we got 111 days to Fun Run Cruisers Tail of the Dragon and 20 days Fun Run Cruiser drive-in. I was noticing when I was watching my videos, I keep saying that every time I say it, I say Daryl's putting it on Sydney, Ohio at the fairgrounds. For any of you that don't know or haven't been watching, when I refer to Daryl, that's Metal Art Customs. He's got a good shop going on up there. Just lost fire. Got a good shop going on up there in Ohio, and he started a cruise last year, or a drive-in, and he's doing it again this year. So I think this will be the, I guess you call it, second annual. And when we got talking to him, that's where he come up with the Tail of the Dragon trip, and he come up with the idea of the Fun Run Cruisers. So that's what I mean when I say Daryl. It's Metal Art Customs. I really need to, like I said, I got noticing when I was saying it and everything. For people that know or watch pretty regular, they know who I'm talking about when I say Mac or Daryl, but for any newcomers, you might not. So remember, look him up, Metal Art Customs. But anyway, I wanted to put that out there. So what I plan on my agenda today is I'm going to set up and cook. And I'm going to set up to cook, and then I'm going to cook. And while I cook, I want to go live. I went live the last couple of days, and for us, for me, however you want to say it, it's done decent. So, and I do enjoy the talking to people. So I'm going to open everything up, as you probably can hear the traffic. I've already got the doors open here and pulled the tractor out. So I'm going to go ahead and pull the truck out, and I'm just going to clean this mess up a little bit so I can get started. And I keep leaving here late. Randy found the problem on the dually, and he fixed it, and we got it where the lights work. And then yesterday, a friend of mine got behind me, and he called me and says, you got a brake light out. So I got to figure that out. And then when I started to go home this morning, I didn't leave here till about 2. When I started to go home this morning, I couldn't get the light to come on that Randy had fixed. I noticed that it would go off, and I could pop the hood and I could shake the fuse box, and it would come on. And again, I should have already taken time to do it, but I keep putting it off because if I can just shake the box, get it working, I go on by it. I always hide behind. I'm busy and I don't have time to mess with that stupid stuff. But it's only going to take another cop being doing his job, and I'll have another ticket to fight with. So I need to fix that. As much as I think something just bit me. But as much as I get irritated at the cop, he can, and it is a law, which I think is kind of crazy. But I need to fix it. So I'm going to see if I can make time to check the dually out and fix it. And then I would like to wash the dually and my orange truck and get those looking good. The orange truck is sitting there and I pulled it in and out. It's got dusty. A little rain hit it the other day and it just looks like crap sitting over there with all that dust on it. So I'd like to wash both of them. If I've got enough stuff in here to wash, I brought everything here. I think I got enough, but if I do, I'd like to wash both trucks. And I have got an idea in my head of what I want it to look like out here. And I know it might sound weird, but Randy's didn't come home this weekend, and it'll be another week. With that big tree gone, and when Randy pulls in, I would like to. I want it to look different over here when he pulls in. I would like to have the look. Now I'm not ready. I don't have the room or the trailer to cut these trees down and cut them up and have them ready for firewood. And also remember, I keep telling you, I'm solo here. If I had my kids, if they were here helping me, like I said, Randy is in Atlanta. Justin is actually helping somebody move this weekend, and Stephen got called into work. And it's not Justin and Stephen's responsibility. This is mine and Randy's outfit here, and they're welcome to be part of it. And I'd like for them to help, but it's just not their responsibility; it's ours. So, but I just got a certain look I want to look when you pull in, and that getting that tree going is one of the major looks I wanted over here. And I hooked up that makeshift. There's a table, and I told y'all about it, and I had hooked a chain to it, pulled it around out there to just kind of break up the sticks and stuff from that tree. I think it looks pretty good, but I would really like to, if I get time and everything, I'd like to pull the boat out and there's a box scrape up there. I'd like to hook it to my tractor and kind of move some stuff around. I'm getting a little bit ahead of the game, but I just want a certain look. Hugh brought up a good a point, and I really hadn't even thought about it, but he did bring up a good point on the comments today. With these trees being gone, the ground has not seen good daylight and everything and been open like it is now. And that's going to open up the vegetation, and I'm hoping us doing stuff and the dog here and everything kind of defers the snakes and stuff away, because usually if there's active stuff going on, snakes will kind of go somewhere else. And I do know when you're cutting hay and stuff, normally they'll run away from the active stuff going on. They'll run the other way. Like a lot of times when we cut hay, mice and stuff that's out there in the field will run to the house, trying to get away from the activity going on in the pasture. So I'm hoping that they go the other way, not in here. But we'll see. That's where I want on cutting the trees. I just makes me feel good, and I just getting that tree going and kind of boost my momentum up, making me see in my mind of all you guys coming over here meeting and hanging out. and I would love to do something Halloween. That's one of my little goals of here. I want it where we can have a little Halloween thing that people can come over and get hot dogs and hamburgers stuff. Or I don't know about hamburgers, but hot dogs. But that's kind of where I'm going with that. But I don't know if I'll be able to cut the trees, but I walked out there before I turned everything on and me and Seth went for a walk. I think for a little bit of work, I can cut them and leave them laying. Don't really like that look either, but it is a drop off, and as long as I can get to them pretty easy, I may walk out there and drop them just to have that look when we come around, and then I get a little bit of help or a trailer or something like that. Then I will go and cut it up and pull the splitter out, and I'll take some time and start splitting and try to. I need a place to put the wood, and I don't want to stack it in here. So anyway, that's where I'm going with that. And then I would like to have my intake on my motor today. I keep putting it off, and I go up there and I piddle with it here and I piddle with it there. And I've got it where a little bit of cleaning with some brake cleaner, and I think I could go ahead and run the caulk or the gasket maker and set that intake on there. And I usually get in a hurry on those when you're doing the front and rear gasket maker. But what I'd like to do is run me a good thick bead and then let the weighted intake, let it set for about 5 minutes, and let the weighted intake just set on it, and then give it about 20-30 minutes to kind of gel up real good, and then torque the intake down. It may be better if I don't get in a hurry, and it should really, do good if I do it the way it's supposed to be doing. And of course, I got to make a video. If I waited yesterday a little bit late to make the video, and I don't like we got ahead, and I kind of like that, but I'm still making videos every day for the next day, and some of my dates and what's going on in the videos is not current. Some things I'm talking about right now, y'all have already seen, because I run out of footage, and I don't like just letting y'all see a flag waving and me type in there, "I'm sorry, I have no footage." I got a lot of footage yesterday, and I can make videos. Of course, it's not the vehicles and the motors and stuff like that, but it is our progress here of what's going on. And I do want to post. I want y'all to understand we're human. We don't just walk in here and the motor goes falling in and everything goes perfect. We have our ups, we have our downs, and we want everybody to understand that we're human and we can do it, and you can too. There's enough out there for everybody. So I'm trying to figure out how to do videos. I'd kind of like to get a little bit closer to where what I'm doing is current with the day. And for anybody that don't know, is really, they come in and watch, they'll never know the difference. They'll never know the difference, but I do. But anyway, that's what I got going on today. Remember, you got 1,440 minutes in every day. Don't let nobody get in your minutes. Enjoy your time. Enjoy the day in the present moment, because you're not promised the next. I'm wearing myself out here on these trees and stuff, and by the end of the day, I am pretty tired. And yesterday I had a pain right in here, and it did shoot down my arm. You're out here by yourself, and you're thinking, nothing's gonna happen to you, even though that tree did scare me yesterday. And then something like that happens, and there for a split second you think, "Oh shit, I'm going to have a heart attack. I'm sitting here by myself. What am I going to do? So what I'm getting at is we don't know. That could have been something major. I know I'm not sure it's, I wore myself out and I was tired and getting on and off that tractor. I just, worked a muscle too much. But it could have just as easy went one way or the other. And then you think of all the crap that you are mad about or upset or things get to you. At that very moment, nothing matters. Nothing matters because there's nothing I could have done about it, any of that. Anything that got me upset prior to that very second, when that happened, nothing I could do about it. Nothing anybody could do about it. And that kind of made me think of all the things I'm saying here and trying to tell y'all. I live it too. But there for just a split second, a lot of stuff running through my mind and kind of scared me a little bit. But I guess what I'm trying to say is that's how close, how quick everything can change. At that very moment, it could have been a major heart attack. I could have just dropped over right there, and it would have been hours before anybody would have pulled in and somebody would have had to have something happen or something odd for somebody to pull in and see me laying there. It would have been, it would not have been good. Kind of makes you think about that old life alert, help, I've fallen and I can't get up. But anyway, like I was saying, just you got 1,440 minutes living today. Don't worry about yesterday. There's nothing you can do about it except learn. There's nothing you can do about tomorrow. You can only live today in this very moment and enjoy yourself. That's what I want everybody to understand. That's what I'm trying to do. Enjoy yourself and don't worry, be happy. Go back to the only two things you got to worry about. I'll let Daryl tell that one. I do like it. But anyway, I appreciate y'all listening, and y'all keep watching and hang with us. It'll take us a little while, but we're going to get this stuff going, and we're all going to have a good time here. Like I told Adam, there's enough pie here for everybody, and we all need to do this thing together. So y'all get out there and make yourself happy. If you're not on your projects, get on them and enjoy life. And remember, keep it silly. Thank you. All right, everybody, let's do a little brush wash and wash these two trucks up. I hope I got enough memory on this car. take me a little bit of a break there. But that's about the easiest way I have found to wash vehicles. You do that spray foam, get it good and foamed up. Now it is warm today, don't get me wrong, but much hotter. I couldn't have done that much at one time. It would have been drying and streaking. But right there, that's the ticket. You do that spray foam. They say you can do just as good with a water hose, but I tried it and I never could do as good. I just not enough pressure. But anyway, I'm gonna give me something to drink, take a little break, and then I'm gonna wash the whole orange truck. Be right back. Well, I was gonna take me a little break. Sit over in my chair, kick back, was have my fan going by. Dozed off a little bit. And then Chester drove up and he sat here and talked, and then he wanted to watch the last of the Indy race. So we watched, I think it was about the last 50 to 60 laps, something like that. So we sat there and watched it as I dozed off a little bit. And said he was going to go home, take his medicine, and he was going to come back. And providing we don't get any rain, because it is kind of overcast, but it feels kind of like rain too. But if we don't get no rain, he's going to come back and watch the race over here. He said he could probably watch it at home, but you can tell he's really wanting to come over and watch it. And I told him I'd be here, so I think I'm going to fire the pressure washer up and wash this one real quick. And then put everything up and get ready to watch the race with him, because he seems to enjoy it. So, but anyway, let's go watch this one. The whole truck and wash it and rinse it off. I hope that you don't do too bad doing that. I didn't do the dually, but I guess I will dry this one off a little bit. Oh, old neck leaning over like that. But there that is. Still, you can't beat that type of wash, Joe. Let's take a little walk around. What do you think? Y'all hold on. Woo! Woo! Anyway. I should have drawn the front end a little bit better, but anyway. Yeah, I should have. I might get it back and dry it off a little bit more. A couple things I don't like. Well, I don't want to say I don't like. Now, this thing was redone in 99. This part of the fender is, to me, in too far. It needs to be out a little bit more. And right here, that, get my money up a little bit. The old truck might have to go to Sydney, Ohio, and see those couple things like that, and get a few little adjustments and touch up on it, see what he thinks. Being it's set in the barn, I don't know what this is, but it's like spider. So I don't know, could be bird crap, I don't know, but it's there's a few spots. It's just about like spider web and has got hard and stayed. And I've got a screw in it right now, but this is where my gas cap is. And it had a little button on it that you popped out like you button on your shirt. And I didn't like that, so I was gonna come back and make it with a magnet so that when I pushed it, it magnetized, kind of like some of these new ones, you know, you push it and pops out. But I got tied up on something else, so I ended up just putting a screw in it for right now. So in order to put gas in it, I'd have to take that screw out, and it just folds out, and my gas cap's in there. I'd like to do a little bit of work to it, change that. And there was a, right here, and this is the other little thing I don't like, couple little bubbles right there. Oh, that ain't a bubble right there. I don't like that. See, this fender's not in like that, but it is sticking out here just a little bit. The fenders need to be adjusted. Fenders, doors, one of the two, I don't know, but and I don't have door handles. And I would like to have door handles back on it. If I had redone this truck, I wouldn't have put this Cheyenne trim on it. I would have left it all orange and not had a door handle on it. But he won't. All right, I don't know where it cut off there from one 30-minute segment to the other. But anyway, I'd like to put a door handle back on here. Don't know exactly. I know, got an idea, but I would have put door handles on it and left the trim off, but he wanted something different, and he really never got to enjoy the truck after he, because he really didn't finish it. I bought the truck. It wasn't totally assembled. I had to finish putting it together and get the bed cover painted. My brother-in-law painted the bed cover and shaved the tailgate and painted it. The tailgate was not on it when I got it. So I'd like to take the back bumper off, put a roll pan on it, and put a hitch that the tag folds down so I have a hitch under it. I would like to get it to where I could drive this truck quite often and pull a camper. I'd like to have a camper about the, in the same era, and have a motor, have it set up with the camper. I got the idea with the camper set up, and I want the camper on air ride too. I would like to have this on air. It's not, but have the camper on air. It sets down and the back folds out, and have my motorcycle in it. But that's another dream on down the road. But like I said, that's it on the orange truck. Still haven't decided on the wheels. I'm gonna bring my wheels from home and have them up here and switch them on and see what I think. And I may go ahead and buy a set of tires and just put those on it. Like I said, I'd like to have 15 by 10s. But anyway, we'll see. I'm going to get this thing pulled in since it is getting a little overcast and get ready for Chester to come back. Thank y'all. All right, everybody. It's Sunday night. About 10 minutes after 11. Here on this Just Us Silly little YouTube channel, got 111 days to Fun Run Cruisers tell the Dragon Trip, 20 days to Fun Run Cruiser drive-in. Metal Arc Customs putting both of them on. The Fun Run Cruisers at the drive-ins in Sydney, Ohio at the fairgrounds. Like I said, today's Sunday night, 5/25/25, and it's the end of the night. Like I said, I've didn't quite do as much as I wanted to do, but I did get to enjoy the time a little bit. I did set up, cook. I did go live while I cooked. When you're cooking for just yourself, it didn't take long to cook up enough, and so I went out there on the picnic table and had the live out there, and it was about an hour long. Sorry. I opened up and pulled everything out. I didn't pull everything out, but I did pull everything out of here, back the orange truck out, and I got the pressure washer and everything out, and then I had to run and go get some gas. You know, pressure washer won't run with no gas in it. But I did not check the lights on the dually. That's not going to be good when I start to head home. I'll have to go home the back way and get tonight if it don't come on. I did wash both trucks. I did get those on video, so I should be able to make a video with it, you know. I did not get to cut the trees. I actually didn't even get to go out there at all. Or the intake. I didn't get to do the intake either. After I washed the dually, it was a little warm, and I was under the umbrella, and I'd got my chair, and I'd kicked back over, and I was in the shade, and I had my fan going, blowing on it, and sorry, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I dozed off, and about the time I dozed off, Randy sent me a text, and we hadn't talked all day. I know he said something about he was going to do some studying today, so I had left him alone, and I assumed he was busy because like I said, normally I hear from him, but I did not. So about the time I started to doze off, Randy texted, and of course I send the text back, and I think we texted about twice, and then I dozed off again, and sorry. And anyway, about that time, Chester pulled in, and so he pulled in, and he come out there and sat down with me at the picnic table. We sat there and talked for a long time. I couldn't tell you how long he was here, but he was here a while. And then he said something about the Indianapolis race, Indy race. And I asked him if he wanted to watch it. Oh, no, I'd be all right, he said. Then it wasn't long. He said, let's go see where, I believe it was Larson, he was driving a boat today. So we come in here and turned it on and watched the last 50 or 60 laps. I forget what it was. Then he said he's going to go get his medicine, and he was going to come back here and watch the NASCAR race. So when he left, I jumped out there and washed the orange truck, and then cleaned everything up because I got everything put up. So I knew once he got here and we started watching the race, Ooh, I'm tired. When we started watching the race, I knew then that I wouldn't be able to get everything up. And I was going to watch the race and then turn around and have to make this video. But I got everything put up. I washed the truck, got everything put up, and I sat down and started trying to find the race before he got here because he said it was going to start around 6. Well, he pulled up about 10 minutes after 6, and I couldn't find the race. I mean, I could not, where I looked, I couldn't get, like normal. I mean, I'm not that good with these things and everything, but I normally can find it, video or a movie or something. But anyway, he came in and sat down, and I messed and couldn't find it, and went through everything. So finally, didn't want to bother him, but finally I had to call Randy. And I told him what I was doing. We got looking, and it was only on Prime. So if you had Amazon Prime, you could watch it. Well, Randy's got Amazon Prime, but he's in Atlanta, and he's not set anything up here, so we could use it. And we got Amazon Prime for the business, but for some reason, Amazon Prime Business, you can't watch the race. You can only watch it if you got a regular Amazon Prime, which I think is pretty crappy anyway. One, I guess it's because it's in Charlotte so close, but there was a crowd of people there. There's no reason for them not to let us watch the thing. So what we ended up having to do is we actually went on YouTube and basically watched it with the big white square in the middle of it, where you couldn't see the middle, most of the action that goes on is in the middle of the screen. But Chester really don't watch the race. He watches the lineup on the side over there that tells where everybody's at, and it's always changing, and he's watching that. And I really don't care. I mean, I will listen to it and sit there and take me a nap, because it's peaceful to me to hear those cars go around, and I'll go to sleep. But anyway, that's what we were doing, and about halfway through the race, his guy, he watches him, it's Blaney, I think it's the number 12, and just every once in a while, he would tell me where Blaney was, and it was moving up or down, and like I said, just there all the time, and I kept dozing off, because like I said, I was listening to it, and I really couldn't see it because that big white square in the middle. And then it got halfway through the race, a little bit over halfway, and there was a wreck on a restart. It took Blaney out, and it wasn't many laps after it took Blaney out when he found out Blaney was done for the night. He said, "I'm going home." So he said, "That's all I cared to see." So he headed on out. I turned everything off and went and made the video and everything. But heck, the race is probably still on. I don't know. I had it figured it'd be about 11:30 for the race went off. But like I said, I used to get into the races and everything, but I don't really know anybody there on racing, so I really don't care. I think it's kind of lost interest to me, so I don't even care for it. I only watch it for Chester. It's hard to communicate with Chester because he can't hear that good, but Chester's here because he wants to be here. And that's kind of like I was telling y'all about their friends and everything. And I don't expect nothing out of him. He don't expect nothing out of us. He's literally here because he wants to be friends, wants to be around us. So I cherish that, and like I said, I'll sit there and watch the race with him. And but anyway, I did enjoy the time. So I'm probably going to find me another movie to watch right quick, and I'll probably sit over and take a couple naps, and then check on the video, make sure it's uploading right, because I do have it going. I had intentions on making a couple videos, trying to get just the beginning and everything, and then add everything I wanted, because some of the footage that's coming up next is going to be on the other camera I had on hooked up on the tractor, so you'll see a different view of it. But anyway, I did get to the part. It's not on tonight's video, tomorrow's video. It'll be on the next one, I guess. That's of the burning bush. But anyway, that's what I got today. That's what I accomplished today, and what I didn't accomplish. So anyway, remember, you got 1,440 minutes in every day. Try to make the best out of them, enjoy them. You can't do nothing about tomorrow. You're not yesterday. You can't do nothing about tomorrow. So get out there, enjoy yourself, make yourself happy for the day, and I guess like the song says, don't worry, be happy. Try to be happy. And if you're not on your project, get out there and get on it. Pick your project that's going to make you happy, and get out there and get on it. I do want to tell y'all again, I appreciate y'all watching and listening to me, and I want y'all to enjoy yourself and have a good night, day, or whatever you're watching this. And remember, keep it silly. Thank you.